Second, we are going to revise the collision theory, which affect the rate of the reactions. So we have the one of the important video lectures which visualize the collision theory.
It is not the only reason for the reaction to take place. The rate of reaction is much different than the rate of collision. The colliding molecule must also possess sufficient energy of activation. It means out of all collision, only those collisions are useful which involve activated molecules. Maxwell calculated the number of molecules colliding Z per second per centimeter cube of gaseous reaction mixture. The molecules are assumed to be rigid spheres. Z 1.1 stands for molecules of the same substance and Z 1.2 stands for molecules of different substances. So Z 1.1 is given by 2n square sigma square root of pi RT by m, and number of collision between different molecules Z 1.2 is given by n1 into n2 into sigma 1.2 the whole square root of 8 pi RT m1 plus m2 divided by m1 into m2, where n is the number of molecules per centimeter cube, sigma is molecular diameter. So in case of different molecules we take average, that is sigma 1.2 becomes sigma 1 plus sigma 2 divided by 2, which is mean molecular diameter. T is the temperature on Kelvin scale, m is the molecular weight, and r is the gas constant. The collision which leads to the formation of the product is called effective collision. Such collisions must have sufficient minimum amount of energy of activation to cause the rupture of bonds in the molecule. It is also necessary that the colliding molecule must have proper orientation. This can be explained by taking the reaction between hydrogen and iodine to form hydrogen iodide. So, in this case, if the smaller hydrogen molecule collide with the bigger iodine molecule with proper orientation, that is head-on collision, and an effective collision takes place, which gives the product formation. On the other hand, if the molecules are not going for proper orientation and the effective collision is not taking place, so due to improper orientation, this collision simply rebounds the colliding molecules and increases the kinetic energy of the molecules without the formation of product. A favorable orientation for molecule depends on the shape of the molecule, the bond angle within them, the polarity, and bond character. A collision between polar molecule will have favorable orientation if the collision leads to net electrostatic repulsion. Secondly, the increase in reaction rate with temperature is due to increase in number of collision. As the temperature increases, the number of collision also increases. This effect can be explained on the basis of activation theory of Arrhenius. According to this theory, reacting molecules must have sufficient energy to go for the collision before the reaction begins. This means that the reacting molecules, they don't directly produce product, but they pass over the energy barrier, which is also known as activation energy barrier. The process of the reactant changing into products can be understood by plotting the graph of energy against the progress of reaction. As you can see from the graph here, the energy of reactant increases and then it decreases to form a product. Then energy is liberated out. This is exothermic reaction. On the other hand, if the energy of reactant is lower than the product, in this case we have to supply energy, and this reaction is endothermic reaction. Quantitatively, the collision theory quite satisfactorily explains the four factors which influence the rate of reaction. First, the rate of reaction depends on the nature of reactant because the energy of activation differ from one reactant to other reactant. The rate of reaction depends on the concentration of reactants because the number of collision increases as the concentration is increased. The rate of reaction depends on temperature because an increase of temperature increases the number of collision and thus the rate of reaction increases. The rate of reaction depends on the presence of catalyst, because in presence of catalyst the collisions are made more effective. So now let's try to solve a numerical based on these discussions. The molecular diameter of oxygen and hydrogen gases are 3.39 angstrom and 2.47 angstrom. When 1 gram of oxygen and 0.1 gram of hydrogen are mixed in 1 dm³ flask at 300 degrees Kelvin, what will be the number of collisions in per meter cube per second? Avogadro's constant is given 6.023 into 10. Inverse. In this case, we have molecular weight of oxygen as 32, because 32 grams of oxygen contains 6.023 into 10 to the power 23 molecules. Therefore, 1 gram of oxygen will contain 6.023 into 10 to the power 23 into 1 divided by 32 molecules, which is 1.88 into 10 to the power 22 molecules. Similarly, molecular weight of hydrogen is 2, because 2 gram of hydrogen contains 6.023 into 10 to the power 23 molecules. Therefore, 0.1 gram of hydrogen will contain 6.023 into 10 to the power 23 into 0.1 divided by 2 molecules, which comes 3.01 into 10 to the power 22 molecules. These number of molecules are present in 1 dm³. So let's convert it into cubic meter. Therefore, number of oxygen molecules is equals to 1.88 into 10 to the power 22 per dm³, which is 1.88 into 10 to the power 19 per meter cube. Similarly, number of hydrogen molecules is equals to 3.01 into 10 to the power 22 per dm³, which is 3.01 into 10 to the power 19 per meter cube. Also, diameter of oxygen and hydrogen is given, so sigma 1 is equals to 3.39 angstrom and sigma 2 is equals to 2.47 angstrom. Therefore, mean molecular diameter sigma 1.2 is equals to sigma 1 plus sigma 2 divided by 2, which is 3.39 plus 2.47 divided by 2, or 5.86 divided by 2, which comes 2.93 angstrom. Now let's convert this also in meters, so it becomes 2.93 into 10 to the power minus 10 meters. For a bimolecular reaction, collision is given by Z 1.2 is equals to N1 N2 sigma 1.2 square root of 8 by RT M1 plus M2 divided by M1 into M2. Let's substitute the values of M1 and M2. So Z 1.2 is equals to N1 into N2 sigma 1.2 square root of 8 pi RT 32 plus 2 divided by 32 into 2, which becomes N1 N2 sigma 1.2 square root of 8 pi RT 34 by 64. Now let's add the value of 8 pi RT. So Z 1.2 is equals to N1 N2 sigma 1.2 square root of 8 into 3.14 into 8.314 into 300 into 0.53125, which comes N1 into N2 sigma 1.2 square root of 33,285. Now let's put the value of N1 N2 sigma. So Z 1.2 becomes 1.88 into 10 to the power 19 into 3.01 into 10 to the power 19 into 2.93 into 10 to the power minus 10 meter square into 182.442. Now let's multiply first two factors and also take the square of sigma. So Z 1.2 becomes 5.659 into 10 to the power 38 into 8.585 into 10 to the power minus 20 into 182.442, which is 4.858 into 10 to the power 19 into 182.442. Or finally, Z 1.2 is equals to 8.86 into 10 to the power 21 per cubic meter per second. If you like this video, please click on the like button and also subscribe to this channel. And thank you very much.